Hey everybody, my name is Rich DeRosa, and I'm actually here to talk to you about a casino that was supposed to be built in Guam. You know, the Guam economy is probably worse off than most of the United States I've ever been in. The people live in poverty, worse than Americans. There was a proposition about a year ago about putting a casino up. They approved it, but it hasn't yet happened. And I'm kind of happy they approved it, so I'll give you some of the reasons why they've approved. I mean, I agree with them, and I think the rest of you will when you hear about how it's only meant for tourists and none of the locals. See, the idea with this casino is not only will it open up jobs, but it will also go towards the schools. You know, we had a school closed down not too long ago. It was Kennedy. They closed the school down because there weren't enough funds for it. So that school is completely turned down. Now they're talking about tearing it down and turning it into a Walmart. I think it was about 6 months ago. There were schools that had to close down simply for the fact that the schools didn't have enough money to provide the kids for food. So they went about a week with no food at the schools. You know, poverty-stricken parents were counting on it for the children's future, and it's really sad to watch these people, you know, go through life trying to earn an honest living. I mean, not only worry about their children, but of course their futures. You know, it would have opened up jobs from janitors all the way up to managers. I mean, anything they could have figured out to do. The strain could have been off one parent, as opposed to having to rely on one parent bringing home minimum wage at the Kmart they have here. And that's not too many job openings there. On the plus side of all this, too, as well, is they'd have training in accounting. Any cashier, anyone working the cage, anyone at the table will have to have some kind of math skills. And they would provide that training. And also language training as well, because this island is one of the main Japanese tourist attractions. Now, it may not be a huge attraction for the rest of the world, but for the Japanese, this is a beautiful place for them to come to and go shopping. Yes, the shopping does boost the economy out here, but not as much as the casino would. You know, the Japanese are the main tourists out in Guam, and their language will be imperative to learn, so it's a good thing that they teach all the people that. I mean, it's going to give them a broader perspective on how to advertise for them. I guess you could say that the Japanese coming off the boat or the plane are going to look around, see a bunch of English, and I'm not going to say Japanese people aren't educated, because they are, and they do know English very well. Not all of them speak English, and this would be a better opportunity for the Chamorro people to actually communicate with the tourists so they can advertise, like I said, a little bit better. You know, with the languages learned, it would be great for it, and the casino would only be meant for tourists, so everyone in a casino would be Japanese as well, minus the workers. It would keep the local people out as well, so they weren't getting gambling addictions or, you know, getting in like they're not supposed to. You know, unless the people have return tickets, the tourists, they would not be allowed in the casino. So that's another good point. I know this seems really simple and not necessary, because you know what happened if the locals were allowed in. Their lives could make a turn for the worse. I mean, the downfalls could definitely be that people can get in there and they counterfeit tickets to actually gamble their savings away, and next thing you know, their kids can't go to college. Another thing, that the money would not reach what it's intended for, and the main reason for these casinos was to boost money for schools. And now that we're seeing all these schools closing down, it's not really the best interest for the locals to be in their gambling as well. And of course, the gambling addiction. That's a disease. I'm sure many of you may know, or soon will know, someone with a gambling addiction. It's a horrible thing, and we don't want the people out here to have a gambling addiction and, again, like I said, spend their life savings, their children's college fund, their dinner money for the next week. it's better off for them just to stay out and let it only be for the tourists. But with all this, I do feel that there's more pros than cons. The idea would not only boost the economy, but it could allow for the children's future to be a little more fruitful than without the casino. Again, jobs would open up, and it would be a great opportunity for the rest of the Japanese people to see the Chamorro Island and have a good time. Thank you.